Has there been ever a time where you're literally with a chick, you got her back in your room, and she was super hot, and for whatever reason you couldn't get your dick hard?
Yes.
Has that ever happened?
A couple times. Yes.
A couple of times.
Yes.
Okay. First of all, I want to know why you think that happened. And then second of all, I want to know the story of how it happened and everything. But, well, start with the background. When was the last time that actually happened?
So the last time that happened was, it was a couple years ago. It was like 2-3 years ago.
Okay.
And it was strange. I got her back to the place.
Right.
Everything was going good.
Right.
Very excited.
Right.
Ready to go.
Ready to go.
And I'm not 100% sure what it was. And I had a feeling it was going to happen, but so much time went by that I started to get kind of bored and lazy with it.
Okay.
So after like 3-4 hours, when we were finally ready to do it.
You just got tired.
Yeah, it was late at night. I was tired. I was just sitting there and I was like, yeah, let's just do it some other time.
Got it. Okay.
Yes.
Got it.
It was almost like I fell out of the mood.
You fell out of the mood.
Because usually my mood builds.
Right.
Yeah.
This just took too damn long.
Yeah. And she wasn't that. I was somewhat attracted to her, but not fully attracted to her.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about another time where you actually fully wanted to do it and you just for whatever you couldn't?
Oh, yeah. This was about 12 years ago.
Yeah.
And I just be honest with you, Mike, I think it was like the first girl I took back from the club or something.
Right.
I was just super nervous. I couldn't get hard.
Why were you nervous?
Why was I nervous?
Yeah.
I think it's because I just wanted it so bad. And for some reason that, sometimes in the dating space, you just gotta kind of relax and...
Right.
I don't want to say let it come to you, but let things naturally progress.
Right.
And it was like I was trying to force it too much.
You weren't like mentally relaxed.
Correct.
I got it. Got it. I mean, I'm just saying this because I don't really give a shit who the guy is. Every dude has experienced this, including me. The same shit has happened to me. I remember before, there's been multiple times where, and it's kind of counterintuitive, but like, because what happens is, especially when you're going out and trying to get a girl or trying to talk to girls or whatever, getting started, you build up in the head, oh man, if you see that one girl out, you're like, if I could just get her, I'm winning. I am king of the fucking earth if I get this girl. And life is great, right? But you're not actually sometimes mentally prepared when that actually does happen. Like I'm pretty sure like even a small instance is when finally a hot girl is actually like talking to you and it's going well. In the back of your head, you're like, what the fuck? This is not, what reality have I stepped into?
Yeah.
You're like, there's no way. In your mind, you go, there's no way this is actually happening.
Yeah.
But it is. It is actually happening.
Yeah.
But your mind and your body is like actually not prepared for it. So I've experienced this countless times, like where I see that girl and I really wanted her and then it's actually happening. And not just with girls, I think with everything. But where it's actually happening and you're like, in my back of my head, I'm like, okay, I'm just going to keep talking. I'm not going to fuck this up. I'm just going to be chill, right? And then when you get her, I remember when I've gotten her back to my place and I'm like, oh shit, this is now real. And then in the back of your head, you're thinking, now I have to perform. Because if I don't do this right, she's not going to come back. Or like, you know what I mean? Like now you're putting performance pressure on yourself, which has happened to me multiple times, right? Where you're like with the girl and then she takes off her clothes and you're like, oh my God. I mean, I've had this multiple times where I'm just like, holy shit. Like there's no way. Wow. Like, you stop for a second, you're just like looking and like, this is fucking, I don't even know. And then you get nervous and then you want to, and then bam, like nothing happens. And you get angry. I remember being angry in that moment. I was pissed off. I was like, I worked all night for this. I've been prepping myself. I've been practicing. and you're there, and you're like, and nothing's happening. And I mean, I've had that where the girl was so, and I just remember being in bed so pissed off. My one recommendation, if you can, just don't. I'd rather not do it at all than do it really bad, and it's kind of fucking. You're trying to,
Yeah, I have your finger next to it.
Yeah. I'd rather not do it at all. And my thing is, I'll just go to sleep, and like something about me going to sleep, like if she can spend the night there, me going to sleep and then waking up the next morning usually fixes the problem. Like I'll wake up and be like, and then I'll see her like there, and I'm like, and then I've had time with her there. So I'm like, not like all those emotions of stress have kind of like subsided, and I'm in the morning. And let's be honest, guys, when you're in the fucking morning, you're ready to go. So and then I'll wake up in the morning, and then I'll get it done.
Got it.
So that's usually my remedy for that. But I just wanted to throw that out there because I know that does happen, and it happens more often than you think. And sometimes it's not even a medical problem. Some guys are like, oh, dude, there's something wrong with me. It's not. It's just your mind and your body, mostly your body, are not prepared for the reality of the situation. And not even with girls. I think with everything. It's like with success or anything. Sometimes people, you're just not. You've been dreaming about it for so long that when the reality actually hits, you're kind of taken back by it. You're like, oh shit, like what the hell? But hey, I think it's a normal thing. I think it happens all the time, and more importantly, it also it's also better for me. I don't know if this is with you, but when the girl is just more into it, and she's just being like really fucking like dirty and naughty and like, oh yeah, and like when she's doing that, perfect example is like strippers. Strippers, for some reason, I've never had a problem with anxiety with a stripper. I don't know, because like they come and they like really seduce you and they give you the attention, they grind, they rev it up. As opposed to a girl in the club, you're talking to her for a bunch of hours and then bam, then now you're making out. Now it's like a thing, so it usually helps if the girl is more, she knows what she's doing as well. That also really, really helps. I wanted to ask you something else. So, were there ever periods? So, what's the difference between, for you, a girl that you'll necessarily date, as opposed to a girl you just wanted to sleep over for one night, have fun, and let her go? Do you know like the exact differences for you? Like, oh, I want to hang out with this chick, I want to date her, I want to take her on dates, as opposed to a girl that, you know what, it was fun for one night, she was hot, but you got to go.
Usually, it depends on deeper connections. If we have more things in common, then I want to spend more time with her.
Okay, like give me an example.
So, there's certain things that I'm into a lot.
Okay.
Right? I like reading, I like working out, I like drinking vegetables.
Right.
So, let's say that the girl's into a lot of stuff like that. Because those are kind of core values for me, it makes me want to kind of spend time with her.
Got it.
Because there's deeper things we have in common.
Got it.
Almost like with guys. Maybe I'll meet a guy out, and he's cool, and, we kind of just shoot the shit, and it's like combo, but we don't really have anything in common.
Right.
Right? He does this, I do this. He does this, I do that.
Right.
So maybe we're, he's cool to talk to for 5-10 minutes, but we don't have the same things. Like you and me have kind of core things that motivate us and similar views on things that we find important in life.
Right.
So because of that, we like to hang out. So I'd say it's like that with girls too. There's a deeper kind of connect. If there's more things in common, I could see, maybe not even a deeper connect. If there's a deeper connection, but there's also kind of, we have a lot of things in common, I'd like to spend time with them, and then of course that would lead to dating.
Sure.
If it's just kind of, I'm ready to go, and she's ready to go, and we're kind of in the moment and just looking for fun, that could be another situation too.
Got it. That makes sense.
How about you?
I would say it's similar. For me, I'll just be honest with you. It's really how big of a pain in the ass she is. I'm just being honest. For me, that's a huge thing for me because my day is for the most part, I like to just have freedom and relaxation, and I like to have mental clarity. And I'll be honest with you, some girls are just a giant pain in the ass. They're very high maintenance. They fucking bug you every 5 fucking minutes. I'm hungry. I want this. This is too cold. This is too hot. I want to go do. They're like they have a attention span of a gnat. I want to go do this. No, now I want to go do this. Or yo, you're working. Or pay attention to me. It's just like fuck. I can't live with that. That drives me absolutely insane. So for me, if I want to hang out with a chick, it's really about if she's super chill and low maintenance, she can like just sit there and do her own thing, read a book or be on the computer or go off and go for a hike or fucking make her own food. Like, you know what I mean? Like she's self-sustaining. That is a huge bonus for me, right? And also, I would say the second thing is I don't have to put in effort to like keep her attention and keep her entertained. It's like, it's not like pulling teeth. You know what I mean? Like she's there, she's into me, she's like, happy, you know what I mean? She's not constantly needing more stimulation. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of girls that constantly need stimulation. Fucking it's like a 24-hour a day job. You know what I mean? Like they just need stimulation all the time. I gotta go here. I gotta be on my phone. I gotta go to the restaurant. I gotta go do this. I gotta do that. And it's just like, I can't do that shit. Fucking the dudes that date these kinds of girls, fuck. Props to them, because I can't do it. If a girl like that comes, I want to have her in here for 12 hours max. It's like that's my, let's be honest, that's my cutoff limit. Because if she starts exhibiting any of these signs of just, being high maintenance and needing stimulation all the fucking time, I just can't do it, man. I can't do it.
What percentage of girls do you think that you've spent time with are kind of high maintenance like that?
A shit ton.
So it's a high percent.
A shit, especially now. Like in this modern day age, like so many. Because it's Instagram, especially in America, it's Instagram, dude. Like they're on that shit 24/7 and they're seeing their friends and they're trying to compete with them. So like they think that they need to run around and do everything to try to compete with these fucking fake ass people on it. You know what I mean? And it's just exhausting, and it's not, for me, it's not something that kind of energy, I don't like to have that energy around. I'd rather be by myself. Honestly, I'd rather be by my fucking self and have some girl, her energy just like drain you. It's like a very draining energy. I hate that. A girl who's chill is like, wants to go out and have some tacos or fucking, watch something on TV and just I could do my own thing and she can just kind of be chill. And she's like, oh, I'm going to go for a run or something. Okay, cool. Fucking, I'll be here doing my thing. I like that. So for me, when I'm looking to date a girl, have her around for the long term, that's kind of what I look for. And just no drama too. Some girls are just, they love drama, man. They like love that shit. I don't know what it is. Like everything can be perfect. We can be in this perfect beach condo and they'll find something to bitch about. This or that or who that are, you know what I mean? Like drama. They love to just stir up drama. Love that shit. Crying and the fucking, I can't do it. It's like, you chill and like, you know what I mean? You don't have to be as chill as me, but because in girls, I don't think they're not as chill as dudes, as for the most part. Some are very chill, but as long as you're chill and you don't like drama and you're not constantly like just a pain in the ass, that's a big huge thing for me. Anyways,
you said it's gotten worse.
As far as the girls being a pain in the ass?
Yes.
Oh, it's gotten so much worse.
Is that because of what we talked about before with the social media?
With the social media and the flexing and the fucking, always needing more. It's gotten worse. Like I said, 10 years ago, you could take a chick out on a date to In-N-Out in America, like in LA or something. You could take a chick to a movies, spend like $30 on like movies and like some pizza, like just watch a 90s movie. Like, just watch an 80s, 90s movie. Dude, they were going on pizza and movies. Now these fucking chicks want to go to Mastro's and fucking Nobu and, you know, ride around in a Lambo. Like, that's their first, they want that to be their first date. And I'm just like, listen, bitch, you're not in the Kardashians, okay? This is not an episode of the Kardashians where that shit, you know, flying around in helicopters. But that's what they see. That's what they see. And their ass that makes like $12 an hour. There was a good saying. Actually, shout out to my friend Frankie. There's a saying, girl, like for a guy in America now, you got to be a multi-millionaire to date a broke ass bitch. Like, that's when I heard that, I was like, that's so true. These girls have nothing. They can't even wash a dish, and they literally want like a guy to fly around in like a helicopter for like an hour and then go eat at Nobu and then come back in a Lambo and then come back to their penthouse. Like, that's literally what they think. That's the reality. So yeah, because of that, it's made girls a giant pain in the ass, because if you give them anything less or they're not constantly doing that all the time, then they're unhappy and they complain. So that's my big issue with that. And any girls watching this that may be like, wow, fucking dudes are assholes, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, honestly, you really, like, everybody needs to do an audit, like, on what you're actually saying. And I'm not saying that dudes have gotten worse too, because they have. Okay, so on the flip side to that, the guys have gotten worse too. So there is some accountability there. Guys do, you know, there needs to be, like, I see plenty of dudes sitting on their fucking phone all day. If they're, you know, they're overweight, they don't have any money, and you know what I mean. They're fucking playing video games all day, and they tell these girls, "Hey, babe, show me your tits. Show me," you know what I mean? And I'm like, I've seen the DMs of that shit, and I'm just like, guys, are you fucking kidding me? Like, dude, you're some fat loser who lives in your mom's basement. Or you still living with, you know how many guys I know that are 30? Y'all are 30 and you live at your mom's house. They live at their mom's house.
Yeah, that's kind of and it's growing. The percent of that's going up.
It's astronomical.
Yeah.
You know how many dudes I see that live at their mom's house, that play Xbox all day, eat fucking Cocoa Pebbles, and don't do shit all day long. But jerk off and write chicks stupid shit on Instagram. I mean, so to be fair, the guys have gotten a lot worse too. So if you're a guy and you do that shit, you need to check. You need to really audit your life, man. Like, and it's just, I'm sorry, man. If you're 30 years old and you're living in your mom's house, like, you know, I know, like, oh yeah, save money or whatever. For me, I got the hell out when I was like 20. Because I think that there's some core things as a man you just have to do. And I would rather fucking struggle financially than live with my mom. That's just me though. I understand it's a good idea. It could be financial sense, but like, there's some core things as a man that I know is going to make me happy. And that'll just make me like be hungry. And for one of those things is not living with my mother. So
when my parents moved me out of the house when I was 20, which was a very good decision that they did.
Right.
Because I was watching TV like 8 hours a day.
Right.
I grew up fast.
Right.
Because I got an apartment and I was like, oh crap, this is real. If I don't make money, I'm not going to have a place to live. So it almost kind of forced me to grow up, and then I got a job and I didn't like the job because I was working a lot, I wasn't making any money. So that forced me to figure out how to fix that problem. Okay, how can I fix it? Oh, I got to get better skills. How do I do that? You know, where I don't have to have that job and I can have more time. And so it's definitely a good thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Your whole thing was, I want to make more money because I hate doing shit I don't like to do.
Yes. And I don't like having a job. I like having the freedom. I like to be able, you said, Mike tells me, this is about, what was it, about a month ago.
Sure.
Mike's like, we should go to Mexico. And And this is right after you sold your business, so
Right.
you know everything was good, and
Yeah.
I had a good year last year, and I was like, okay. So that day, we booked these places,
Right.
the flights,
Right.
everything in one day.
Right.
Didn't have to ask the boss.
Nope.
Didn't have to check the bank account to make sure we had money.
Nope.
It was like, okay,
It was perfect.
it was great. That's
Right.
freedom.
That is actual freedom, yeah.
Money is a tool
Right.
you can use to get freedom.
Right.
So you have money and so you have options.
Right.
So you can pursue the things that you want to pursue and do the things that you want to do.
I mean, yeah, that's, that comes with a hefty price. You paid the price for that. I mean, you lived in a trailer that should have been condemned.
Yeah, I don't know how that passed inspection.
I don't know. I mean, you paid a big price for that. And with anything, it comes with a price. I paid a fucking huge price for being able to do all this shit, right? We both paid enormous prices for that. And, it's painful. We were talking about that the other day in the car. I'd rather go through a lot of pain for short periods of time than little bits of pain for longer periods. That's most people's lives. They try to avoid pain, so the pain is minuscule, but it lasts for a long time. Like they have one job for like 9 to 5 for fucking 20 years, and they hate it every day. But they have the comfort of having a house and whatever.
Golden handcuffs.
Right, exactly. And it's just, I couldn't do that shit. That would drive me. I'd rather let's just get it over with. Let's face the pain now, get it over with, so that way we can have the spoils later.